Hi there, and welcome to She Spice. The web has been humming with bits of gossip asserting that Diddy and Jay-Z have been teaming up intently on some possibly controversial tries. Stoking the fire reports have surfaced, proposing that Ice 3D Square has additionally stood up, claiming that Diddy, Jay Z, and R. Kelly have been engaged in some profoundly disturbing tasks. I'm discussing the club of guards that we as a whole got to manage. You know who they are. There are claims recommending that Hollywood works like a vile association that supposedly affects individuals like Jay Z and Diddy, persevering relentlessly to produce benefits. Purportedly, this malignant power has found an upsetting technique for monetary profit, including the disparaging of incalculable young people, fundamentally female specialists. Ice Block is not one to avoid speaking. I think you rest easier thinking about yourself when you express out loud whatever should be said at the time it should be said, and not subsequently when you return home and figure I ought to have said this. He supposedly contends that various female specialists have encountered critical difficulties on account of Jay Z. What's more, Diddy frequently, without getting any acknowledgement, guarantees that their lives have been diminished to a wild and testing excursion stowed away secret plans. They owe many individuals a ton of favors. The more cash you give them, the more you're paid attention to as additional verification of this guarantee. Ice Shape has once featured that Hollywood has a background marked by taking advantage of everybody, including detainees, and it's not simply Ice Solid Shape. There's been a discernment that Hollywood teams up intimately with a confidential, powerful industry, prompting common advantages from the free work of millions of prisoners. The worry stretches out to the weaknesses of even small kids, honest young people, and especially female craftsmen, who may not be resistant to the shifty practices inside media outlets. Judges were in a jail camp where the defenders of the children were. The Ice Block has diligently evened out disturbing allegations, stating that Hollywood works like a benefit, exposing people to different difficulties for some odd reason. There is by all accounts adequate proof supporting this disrupting thought, whether it's Hollywood presidents or, on the other hand, record name proprietors. Those using power in the business purportedly have an interest in expanding the jail population. The fundamental rationale, as per these cases, is pretty much as straightforward and evil as one would expect, and they certainly know who they are. Many individuals would resemble what happened to those who came on and quit playing ice. Solid Shape showed up on Bill Mayer's club's irregular digital recording and made a few frigid disclosures. He says Hollywood chiefs maintain that individuals should be secured, and they assist with creating an entire culture of savagery and hooligan life to make this conceivable. This isn't simply a careless hypothesis. Anyone can undoubtedly see reality when you take a gander at where the cash goes. He talked obviously about the association among Hollywood and the powerful businesses that benefit from our squabbling and division. I don't have the foggiest idea about their names. However, assuming you follow the cash and go sufficiently high, you begin to see, in a real sense, that similar individuals who own the record marks own the penitentiaries. The music business likewise profits by landing credulous youngsters into penitentiaries, and the higher-ups use music to drive these individuals into the way of life of wrongdoing. Ice 3D Shape talked about this and said it appears to be truly dubious if you have any desire to say that the records that come out are truly equipped to push individuals towards that jail industry. As per the rapper, the entire industry is engaged with establishing a climate that makes youngsters more inclined to wrongdoing, and an extremely evil and elaborate social design is working here to create a gain for individuals' lives. You realize some friendly design is happening here to ensure those jails stay full, as per Ice, 3D Square, and Bill Mayer's conversation on the digital broadcast record name proprietors, purportedly add to the glamorization of their music, deliberately depicting these ways of life as cool. The ramifications are that this procedure impacts youngsters by glorifying a way of savagery and wrongdoing, and thus increasingly more youth might wind up snared in the law enforcement framework, denying them a veritable open door to construct a good life for themselves. Sort of veritable open door to construct a good life for themselves. Sort of veritable open door to construct a good life for themselves. The sort of stuff in rap versus functions as a pipe to get individuals enlivened to do the sort of things that would get them in jail. Claims have surfaced proposing that people related to the case have a critical interest in the mysterious and may have been engaged in human penances in the past. Disclosures have revealed insight into different parts of the case, indicating conceivable unfairness. What separates this second is the expressness with which these allegations are being made. A developing number of allies are currently requiring the examination to be resumed, showing unflinching devotion to guaranteeing that Aaliyah gets the equity she merits. I won't name it, it's up to you to understand what I'm talking about, and only for clergyman Farah Khan. I love you, however, the manner in which you read, that I accepted that. As a slight, you understand what I'm talking about. Individuals like Kanye West have likewise strikingly expressed that his mom, as well as various others, have purportedly become casualties of a puzzling and horrible association that participated in upsetting human penances. Notwithstanding the reality of these charges, there are all the earmarks of being a hesitance among numerous to straightforwardly defy or challenge this cryptic power. Kanye, renowned for his frank nature, bravely keeps on articulating his perspectives, whether they include disputable thoughts or what he sees as disguised insights. His steadfast assurance to impart his insights has by and by pushed these questionable cases into the spotlight, lighting up extreme discussions and concerns individuals are investigating. You realize the media has run this multitude of stories, spreading me to say hello. I can't be hostile to Semitic on the off chance that I'm a Semitic. The new assertions have left many confounded. However, for those able to dive deeper, a baffling story starts to unfurl Vips without unequivocally dating. It has dropped hints that various figures and media outlets may be trapped in an evil web, including human penances. Kanye West specifically claims to stay uncontrolled by the Hollywood power players since he hasn't been engaged in such exercises, yet his obscure references to a rundown of people, perhaps under somebody's influence, bring up provocative issues. Kanye is by all accounts implying the mysterious Illuminati association, proposing that a portion of its individuals might be associated with dim deeds in this enigmatic, icy riddle of words. Kanye passes it on to us to contemplate the shadows prowling behind the marvelousness of media outlets. They have zero control over me. They have some control over Shaw and Charles Barkley. They have some control over LeBron James. And they have some control over Beyonce and Jay Z. Ain't no name. I won't express it. It's up. Panther Rise viewpoint on Aaliyah's heartbreaking passing adds a convincing layer to the continuous talk, as per her, at the hour of Aaliyah's unfavorable demise. Beyonce's performance, vocation was experiencing difficulties, and she really wanted a leading-edge second to impel her to superfame, wherein evidently Jay-Z helped her Aaliyah's appalling downfall, apparently given that vital lift at last, laying out Beyonce as the sovereign of numerous hearts as Aaliyah's memory. Blurring questions emerge about how long similar people will profit from repeating misfortunes. Some contend that responsibility for any potential bad behavior is very much past due. Even fans are praising Puma for her candid position with regards to their dearest tune pressure, proposing that it's the ideal opportunity for equity to win for the sake of Allah. Leah, one fan composed, "I'm apprehensive for this lady. She needs to realize that they will attempt to stop her from putting this honest data out." Individuals are now seeing reality behind the music industry, but she's affirming that she has much regard for this valiant lady. Aaliyah's case is super muddled, and it additionally includes R. Kelly. There are claims coursing that in R. Kelly's preliminary, a portion of his supposed casualties were pressured into giving bogus declarations, proposing that the court probably won't treat him genuinely. A sound break has arisen, purportedly highlighting a supposed government source, expressing that they figured out how to turn one of R. Kelly's observers, HH, her companion named Taylor, to break her telephone. Sharon Winbush, a previous employee of R. Kelly, states that she sent the sound as per her. The individual heard in the clasp is a bureaucratic source who purportedly forced an observer to create insights concerning her actual connection with ER. Kelly Winbush claims that this was coordinated as a feature of a well-thought-out plan to subvert R. Kelly's safeguard. She pursued the choices she made, and it was difficult. There were many long stretches of wrongdoing. The vocalist was looking for the court to either upset his conviction or award him another preliminary. It's quite significant that in a different preliminary in Chicago, Kelly had recently been condemned to 20 years in jail in February in the wake of being viewed as at fault for CPN. Captivating a minor, as revealed by TMZ during the Chicago preliminary. Kelly's lawyer communicated comparative worries, expressing that the public authorities' weight can't be met with the derivation of a terrible person or propensity to perpetrate wrongdoings. You might believe him to be the most corrupt, exploitative individual on earth, And that doesn't have anything to do with whether the public authority has met its weight around then. An adjudicator requested Kelly to serve 19 of the 20 years simultaneously, with his other sentence, one more legitimate. Subscribe She Spice for more videos.